Okay, so the state of the Xenoblade community is pretty, or not the community, but the series is pretty interesting. We're in kind of a standstill right now, and it's kind of tough figuring out what's going to happen next. Okay, despite everything I've been saying, despite all my videos saying how Xenosaga's next and all this and that, that's more of just like cope because I want Xenosaga to happen next. So I'm kind of just confirmation biasing here, but that doesn't really discredit all the stuff that I have said though, because I mean everything that I've talked about of Xenosaga being next, I mean everything's pointing towards that, whether I want it to happen or not. But more of like an objective take on it, it's we're kind of in a weird standstill right now that we haven't really seen before. At least not me. I mean, I got into the Xenoblade franchise in like 2020, 21. So after Xenoblade 2, I haven't been here for that long. But just looking at everything and based on everything, we're in kind of like a weird standstill right now. So anything is really possible at this point. Like I said, we could be getting Xenosaga next. Maybe like some remakes of the Xenosaga trilogy. I'm not too confident on that, but like I've been saying, Xenoblade 4 could incorporate some of Xenosaga 4, so we'd have the whole new story, like the new storyline for Xenoblade, but with some Saga stuff incorporated, and Future Redeem, all the hinting at Future Redeem kind of really pushes it in that direction. But we could also just get a new Xeno IP, I guess. Like, it wouldn't really make a whole lot of sense to end off Xenoblade here, but if they were working on a new project, a new Xeno project, it would be something else. It could be something else other than Xenoblade. Highly unlikely again, because they're hinting at some stuff in Future Redeem, at the end of Future Redeem, or maybe Takahashi is just like some 6D chess, fifth dimensional thinking, to where he's hinting, like using the ending of Future Redeemed to hint at the new Xeno IP, and maybe that new Xeno IP will incorporate some Xenosaga stuff. That doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. Or maybe like the new Xeno IP is heavily inspired by Xenosaga, so that this time he'll actually be able to tell the whole 6-game part story, but it's not Xenosaga. So it's kind of just like how Perfect works, like how Saga and Blade are both kind of based off of Perfect works or Xenogears. Maybe the new Xeno IP could be that, but based off of Xenosaga and the full story of what Xenosaga was supposed to be, and that's what Future Redeemed is hinting at. Okay, I'm going just on some next level cope with it. But again, it could be nothing to do with Xenosaga or a new Xenoblade game. We could be going into Xenoblade X's story now. Maybe it's time to start making more X games, since there's only one of them. It's not part of the main series. It's kind of like a spin-off. Maybe this will be like a Metroid Prime type of thing. Like we have the 2D games, that's its own storyline, and then we have the 3D Prime games, that being its own storyline, and with multiple games. So who's to say that we can't have the same thing for Xenoblade? We have the main numbered trilogy, but then we could also have an X series. So there's really nothing saying that we can't have that, considering there were also 2 really big cliffhangers left at the end of Xenoblade X. So they're really hinting at a whole lot right now, and I'm sure Takahashi would love to continue that story, because Takahashi doesn't really like leaving anything unexplained or unfinished. And there wasn't really anything related to Xenoblade X in Xenoblade 3 or Future Redeemed. So it's not like he's incorporating X stuff into the numbered trilogy, meaning that it's most likely going to be its own series. And like, come on, he's seen Takahashi and Monolith Soft, Nintendo themselves, they've all seen the hype around Xenoblade X. People want this game. People want the game to continue it to its own little series. So we could get like a new Xenoblade X game next. We really don't know. Or what's it called? Monolith Soft could give Xenoblade a break and start working on something else, like that new IP that they teased way back in what, 2019, 17, 19, something like that. It was a long ass time ago, about how they were working on a new IP. They could be working on that now that Xenoblade is wrapped up for now. And I mean, Takahashi did say that this was a resting spot for Xenoblade, so maybe he wants to take a break from Xeno and just work on something else for a change, because he's been working on Xeno for 30 plus fucking years. I'm sure he's at least getting a little bit tired of it by now and doesn't want to stagnate. So maybe we could get that new IP. Maybe Legacy is real, okay? Maybe the new IP is something to do with Legacy, and or maybe he's starting a new Legacy outside of Xeno. So maybe he's making a new meta series that isn't Xeno. We really don't know. Or they could just take a break and help Nintendo work on other games like Prime 4. Is Monolith Soft helping with Prime 4? I know Retro is taking care of that, but like, is Monolith Soft kind of... No, that wouldn't make any sense, because Prime 4 is outsourced to Retro. It's not in-home, so I don't fucking know. Monolith Soft is working on something. We know that for sure. If those Midori leaks are true, Monolith Soft is definitely working on a new project, whether that be Xeno or not. And regardless, even if it isn't Xeno, I'm still excited for it to see what it actually is, because a brand new IP by Monolith Soft headed by Takahashi, I am all there for. All right, I love Takahashi's work. Xenoblade, Saga, and Gears, even though they're all under the same meta series, they're all vastly different series. Is that a word? It is now. They're all massively different series, and even though they do have a lot of similar themes and plot points, they're all very unique in their own right. And even if Saga and Blade had nothing to do with Xenogears, it would still be super interesting. So I like the way Takahashi goes about making games and telling stories and including like philosophical stuff into his games, and even the religious stuff. I'm not a religious person, but I do like the way he incorporates religion into the games. So doesn't matter, whatever Takahashi works on will be a fucking banger, and I will be here for it. I'm not just a fan of Xeno, I'm a fan of Takahashi himself and Monolith Soft. So anything they make, brand new IP, I will be there. If it's a JRPG, bruh, best believe I will be there. It's my favorite genre, so whatever they're working on, I will be there for. But right now, it's kind of hard to tell what is going to happen next, because that's why the whole Xenoblade X versus Xenosaga debate is pretty big, because there seems to be evidence supporting both, that it could be X, but it could also be Xenosaga. We really don't know what's happening right now. And Takahashi, I know he sees all of this. He sees the whole fandom and community fighting about Xenoblade X or Xenosaga. Oh, Xenosaga's coming. Like, he sees all of this, and he's just sitting there laughing, holding his hands. He's like fucking Wilhelm sitting at his compass of chaos and order, just sitting there watching the whole community tear each other apart over what's coming next. So I'm excited to see what he has planned next, but for right now, we don't really have anything to go off of for what's next other than Xenosaga, really. So all of this could just be everyone overhyping it and have nothing to do with Xenosaga. We really just have to wait and see. I really hope Xenosaga is being continued. Everything is pointing at that Xenosaga is being revived. I really hope that's the case, and this isn't just some off chance thing that has nothing to do with the series. But for right now, we just gotta wait and see, and I'm excited to see what's next. But yeah, that's really about it. See you next mission and play some goddamn Xenoblade.